Good evening, guys. I hope you are doing great. So let's go straight to our weekly analysis. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. So we had a very busy week, especially last week. There was NFP, which actually it was lower than expected. And that is actually good for the inflation. We actually want inflation to go way too higher because we want to avoid stagflation. So I hope, you will be actually updating yourself with some economic news. So now let's go straight to our economic calendar and news that we're going to have this coming week or this week. On Monday, as you can see, there is nothing. We don't really expect much. And from Tuesday, we have job openings because it's after NFP. But the most important one is going to be on Wednesday, where we actually have CPI from the US, 2:30. And for those who don't really know, the time changed, guys. We no longer, the market start to open around, in South Africa, it's going to open around 15:30. I think my PC is quite slower. 15:30. So that's why you can see the news or the economic news. They are now like 1 hour earlier. Or we can say the market opens 1 hour earlier, I think, for everyone. So yeah, on Wednesday, we're going to have CPI. Let's check the outcomes here or the forecast. It seems that the numbers are slowly going down. Just look at this. Slowly, the numbers are going down. Previously, you can see it was 0.4, 0.5, 3. Here, it's actually 0.1% different or 0.2 different. So that is better than nothing. And the same Wednesday, we have interest rates from Canada. It seems like they're going to cut the rates. On Thursday, we have core PPI, quite similar to CPI. And yeah, we'll actually discuss about that once time goes on. Then on Friday, we have consumer sentiment, which is also very important. I hope maybe this makes sense. So you are going to check for this economic news and just make sure that you are up to date, right? So now let's go straight to our technical analysis. I will start with USD JPY before we go on the other pairs. So we can easily see that on my technical analysis here, we can easily see that we are now actually on a very nice downtrend structure. After we got that breakout, you can see that the market previously, it was on this nice uptrend. After we got that breakout, we expect to see that continuation of that sell. I hope maybe that makes sense. We expect the market to continue selling. Why? Or we expect the market to continue with this downtrend structure. So which means this can actually be the start of the trend. We expect the market to do what? To do actually that. I hope maybe this makes sense. So let's push to the next pair, which is actually EurUsd. This is the daily time frame. I think it's obvious that you can see that, you know what, the market, it's on aggressive uptrend. We just broke out of this resistance area. Already the market was showing us that it was on a downtrend structure. It seems like we're going to continue with the bullish momentum. But the best thing that we can do here is to wait for the market to reverse before it pushes up again. I hope maybe this makes sense. I think this is quite straightforward. The market has to come back and retest. If the market doesn't really do that, because the market is not really forced to retest, so the market might reverse a little bit below this area, then we might get another push to the upside. But along the way, the market will give us those rejection structures and we can easily connect them. But at the moment on EurUsd, there's nothing much. We just have to relax. If you missed that move, there is nothing you can do. So now we are on dollar index. Dollar index, DXY. The previous structure, I think it was quite straightforward. We saw that the market was trying to show us that it's going to the upside. It was showing us that it's about to push to the upside, and we call that an uptrend. Guess what? that did not really happen. It shows us that the market is back on that previous downtrend. So which means now we can actually say we continuing with our downtrend structures. Do you see that? I hope you see that. So we can just draw it like that. We can see that the market just broke out there because we actually had this structure for quite long. And this shows us that the dollar is slowly losing the momentum. I hope maybe you see that. Do you see that? So maybe we might also draw something like that. You can see this was a proper structure, unless if you want to count this. So if we take this out, we can see that we were actually going down. But at the moment, it shows us that the market, it seems to be going to continue with the previous structure. But this was an aggressive breakout, and we can call it an adjustment. The market broke out, but it was unable to continue with that trend line that we were expecting. And there's nothing wrong with that. So which means we can just have to wait for the market to do its thing. But this is a good sign for us to say, you know what, the dollar, it's losing its momentum or that bullish structure. So we'll have to wait and see. But remember, if you check nicely, you see this area, we have to be smart, guys. You see this area, this might also be a trouble. We can see that the market sometimes respect this area, even though we can see a breakout here, but we saw something happening around this level. So which means we need to mark that, because there is a possibility for the market to push up maybe before going down, or maybe the market might just break out of that instantly. So the best thing that you can do is to make sure that you subscribe or you smash that notification button, so that once we post about the updates, you already understand what's really happening, so that it's easier for you to catch up. So now we are on your GbpUsd. On GbpUsd, I think this is also a clear move that, you know what, since the dollar is losing its momentum, we start to see other pairs gaining that momentum. Now GBP is doing what? It's going up aggressively. And once the market reverses, or when the dollar is gaining the momentum, we will see it here. We will see the market going a little bit lower before going up. From my side, I think the best thing that we can do is to wait for the market to reverse before going higher. So the trend on GBP is still actually on a very stronger uptrend. Gold, XAUUSD or gold, it is still actually on that nice uptrend. But what we have now, it shows us that the market is actually around the same level. Yes, the bullish momentum is still there, but we can see that the market is not really trying to push. If we zoom nice here, you can see that yes, we are coming from this nice bullish structure. This market is still going up. So, but what we want is to see the market pushing a little bit, or let's say the market reversing, so that we can buy a little bit. So that we can, so that we can buy. If the market reverses out to this point, or maybe this point, I think these are going to be our opportunities to look for that buy opportunities along the way. Or maybe the market might try to break out. But the overall structure at the moment, we expect to see that continuation of that buy, right? Or if maybe the tensions are going to cool off, which we are going to talk about them, I think maybe that will actually help the market to reverse. But at the moment, it seems like things are still quite positive. Now we are on US30. If you reached this point without subscribing, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. So on US30, we can easily see that the market, it is still showing us that, you know what, we are on a very nice uptrend structure. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 candlesticks struggling around the same level. So this gives me hope that there is a chance for a reversal, especially when this week we're not going to talk about tariffs and stuff like that. Actually, tariffs last week and last week, they were actually a problem for the market. I think once we get used to that and cool off this week, I think we might see the market trying to reverse from our support area, and the market might just continue with this nice uptrend. Already we are on a very nice uptrend, so we expect to see a continuation of that bullish structure. So now let's go straight to Nasdaq. So on Nasdaq, we can also see that, you know what, the market is still showing us that we're coming from a very, we are still on a very nice bullish move. Very aggressive bullish move. And it seems like we are going to see a reversal. I think maybe this week we might get a reversal. If you check nicely, yes, the market did sell. That one is not gonna we're not gonna hide from that. We can see that the market did sell very nice. We had an area that the market broke out. So this is not really a very strong area, but this diagonal one, this support area, it's actually important. Plus, we see like 4 candlesticks playing around the same level, struggling to break out there. So which means we might see a proper reversal going further or going up. So I think we will see a continuation of this uptrend going further, especially this coming week. You see, now we are on US oil. It's been selling. It's been selling, or it's been on a very nice downtrend structure. So we can see, if I remove this so that we can have clean, proper trend, we can easily see that, you know what, the market still shows us that there is a chance for this to continue going lower. Around this level, you can see that it's actually a support area, and it shows us that the market is respecting that. And most of the time, we see the market reversing there, and if we buy around this area, yes, that can actually give us something. But the structure still tells us that, you know what, there is a chance to continue. We can see this is just continuing to go lower, and there is a chance for that maybe before we see the market going higher again. I hope maybe that makes sense. So now let's go straight to fundamental analysis. That was the technical analysis. Now it's fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis means that we check the market according to the fundamentals. So whether the fundamentals are going to be positive or negative, obviously we expect a certain move. So starting from US oil or YTI, last week OPEC countries, or those countries, UAE, Russia, Venezuela, those who produce oil, they actually said they are going to increase the prices, or already they did that. And it seems like the market took time to react to that. So I'm expecting the market to react to that, because once they increase the prices, obviously oil prices are going to go a little bit higher. And that will mean that we are going to see what? We are going to see a bounce from US oil. I hope maybe that makes sense. Even though Trump said, you know what, I want oil prices to go down and there, but if OPEC countries, they already said that, it's obvious that, you know what, we might see the market on US oil recovering. So Nasdaq 100 on fundamentals. If you did check on the first video, on the first clip or second clip of this video, we talked about CPI. It seems like it's gonna go down, and if that the estimation is gonna go down, I'm expecting to see a proper reversal from this area, from my fundamental analysis. Because if inflation is gonna go down, or let's say CPI is gonna go down, that actually it's good for consumers. So which means prices, they will be going down, and that it's more likely that Federal Reserve or interest rates, Federal Reserve decisions might actually favor the consumers. They might cut those rates. At the moment, they're still pausing with the rates, but I think they might actually cut if these numbers are continuing to go lower. Last Friday, we had NFP, which was actually on a negative or missing the estimate. If this week we're going to have CPI, that it's also going to go a little bit lower, we expect the same thing. We expect to see something happening. So on my fundamental here, I think we might end up seeing a nice push to the upside, even though tariffs are still the problem. But we can see that the market is resisting around our support area. So obviously on US30, I'm also expecting to see the market going up if CPI is going to be lower or missing estimates. That will be good. Then I'm expecting to see a continuation of that push. So on gold here, if that continues, if CPI is going to miss that estimate, I'm expecting to see a continuation of that buy also. So which means it seems like everything will be going against the dollar. And remember, I think that is going to be Tuesday or Wednesday. So which means here on GbpUsd, I'm expecting maybe on Monday, which is tomorrow, I'm expecting a smaller reversal. Then after, we might see a continuation of a push if the dollar loses that momentum. Now, let's go straight to our trade setup. So I will start from maybe USD JPY. Let's see if maybe I have something. If I don't really have anything, I'm not gonna force that. Yeah, okay. If I don't really have anything, I'm not gonna force. So now we can see that we are on USD JPY. Here, my trade setup is quite straightforward. I will go on a bit a reasonable time frame, not really 4 hours. I can go also maybe on a 1 hour, because we can see that this is a continuation of a sell. So my trade setup here is just going to be like this. So which means I'm expecting to see a continuation of that bearish momentum. Simple as that. Did you see that? I hope maybe that makes sense. So to me, on my trade setup here on USD JPY, I'm expecting to see a continuation of that. So on EurUsd, obviously there is nothing, because I'm waiting for the market to reverse a little bit before I get something, or the market has to create a certain structure around before I have any decision. So at the moment, it's nothing. I don't really have any setup on EurUsd, unless if maybe some people, they need to sell dollar index. I don't trade dollar index. I just make some analysis so that I can get to understand the dollar. So GbpUsd, quite similar to EurUsd. I'm waiting for the market to give me a proper structure that can actually help me to jump. At the moment, yes, the structure is still very good, but I need something that I can use here. I think something like this can actually work very nice before I see a nice push. Or maybe the market might give us something there, but at the moment I can't guess, but I will be tracking that movement. So which means on GBP, I don't really have anything. So on gold, I think we just have to wait here and see. So we can say around this area, it's where the market reversed a week ago. So which means this coming week, I might have something like this if the market is going to come around that level. Or maybe on top of there, we can duplicate that and say if the market breaks our resistance, this will be a proper, nice continuation of a buy for me, because I'm following the trend here. So US30. On US30, I think it's also straightforward on my side. My trade setup here, I think it's clean. Remember, the structure, it's like this. I think maybe let me show you this on a daily time frame, because I'm not giving you buy or sell signal. I'm just showing you my trade signal, my trade setup. It's just looking like this. I think that can actually be a very nice one. And this can be actually a swing trade. You can see that I'm expecting the market to respect this level. My buy pending order might be around that level. So I'm expecting to see that continuation of that buy. Easy as that, right? So now let's see. On Nasdaq, the overall structure, it is still that nice uptrend. And I see that, you know what, the market actually touched our support area, and we can see that we have several candlesticks respecting that zone. So what I can do, I can try to draw something like that, but I don't really have to force it. So what I can do is above this area, it's where I will try to look for that buy pending order, and this to me might be a swing trade. I can hold for 1, 2, 3 days, expecting the market to do what? To continue going higher. I hope maybe that makes sense. So the last one, it's just going to be US oil. On US oil, this is what we have. I'm expecting to see a nice reversal here. The overall structure is actually on a downtrend, so which means there is a chance. We can see we saw a nice sell there, so which means now I'm expecting to see the market reversing, but not going aggressive, because the overall structure, it is still actually a downtrend. But if it breaks out here, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to continue with that sell. But remember, this is oil or US oil, so don't expect it to sell up to 20 or 30 barrel per whatever. So obviously it might reverse anytime soon. You see that? So now, which means I'm actually into 2, but the confident here, it is still reversing, because for oil to go to 61 is going to be a problem. So which means if it goes up, we will be just trying to scalp. But if we go down, yes, it will be selling nice, but also scalping, because we know the reversal might be aggressive. I hope maybe that makes sense. So yes, actually my final thoughts, I think, is to wait for CPI on Tuesday, Wednesday there, just to have a clear view of the market. But what I know is on Mondays, the market might start to move a little bit, and that might start to confuse you, and you might want to just jump on the market. And once we have the news or the news released, they might confuse you, because maybe already took a certain direction or certain position, and sometimes it might be a difficult one to get out if you already took those positions. I hope maybe that makes sense. So yeah, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like, share with your friends. So for those who wants to be part of the team, we still have a special on signal indicator. Scan that QR code to talk to me. So thank you very much. Bye.